Hi everyone, I hope you're ready for a bedtime story. Tonight we're going to read The Good Dinosaur. And if you have it, Arlo, you might grab it so you can cuddle with it. Some of you do. Henry and Ida were plant-eating dinosaurs who lived on a farm near a wide river at the base of Clawtooth Mountain. The happy couple worked very hard to make their home the perfect place to raise a family. 3 eggs soon would be hatching. And then one day as Henry was watering the crops, "It's time," Ida called. Oh, it's exciting. Auntie Heather's going to say that pretty soon. She's not going to lay eggs. I'm just going to say that right now. The first 2 eggs to hatch were a boy and a girl. "Buck," said Henry. "And Libby," added Ida. The 3rd egg was the biggest. Crack! Inside, an anxious little dino stood up and fell right back down. Henry chuckled. "Hello, Arlo." Their family was complete, and together they would take care of the farm. They're so cute. So here's Buck and Libby over here, and look at little Arlo in his great big shell. And Mama and Papa. Okay, let's see what happens. As the young dinosaurs grew, Mama and Papa built a silo. Do you know what a silo is? It's where they store food. That's what a silo is. When it was done, they added their marks. Footprints were placed on the silo. The children wanted to make their marks too. You earn your mark by doing something big for something bigger than yourself, Papa said to the children. Someday, you'll all make your mark, and I can't wait to see it. Buck earned his mark by clearing a field of trees. Libby earned hers by plowing. Arlo tried to earn his by feeding the family's animals, even though they frightened him. He didn't give up. "I'm going to make my mark like everybody else. These things are scary. I don't know if they're chickens or what, because they have these little weird arms. Look at their little weird arms. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what happens." One night, Papa took Arlo into a field of tall grass. A firefly landed on Arlo's nose. He froze in terror. Papa blew gently on the insect. It lit up and fluttered away. "You gotta get through your fear to see the beauty on the other side," he said. Then Papa swished his tail and hundreds of twinkling fireflies filled the air. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Arlo didn't seem too scared then, did he? Papa had a new job for Arlo. A critter had come to the farm and was stealing their food. Do you think it was a raccoon? I don't know. Raccoons are kind of famous for that. If Arlo got rid of the critter, he would earn his mark. Arlo and Papa found the critter in the silo, eating their corn. Well, who wouldn't eat corn? Corn's delicious. I'm just saying. They crashed it into the they chased it into the wilderness. Suddenly a flash flood raged down the riverbed. Papa quickly pushed Arlo to safety. But as he did, Papa slipped and fell into the roaring water, and he disappeared. Uh-oh. Without Papa, the family was sad. They struggled to keep up with the farm work. "You need to rest, Mama," said Arlo. "I'm okay," she replied. "If we don't get this harvest in before the snow hits, we won't make it." "Don't worry," said Arlo. "I won't let us starve." At the silo, Arlo heard a rustle. It was the critter. I'm still thinking it was a bandit. A bandit's a raccoon. What do you think? Do you think it's a raccoon? No? Okay. "You!" he cried. This is all your fault." The critter grunted. Then it jumped onto Arlo's head, slid down his back, and ran off. Arlo gave chase, but the critter startled him, sending them both into the river. The river again? "Help! Arlo cried, "Mama!" The little dinosaur struggled to stay above the water as the fast-moving river pulled him farther from home. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? When Arlo finally washed up to shore, he slowly got onto his feet and called, "Mama!" But there was no answer. Arlo was trapped between the river and a steep wall. Uh-oh. Then he heard the critter howl from the top. The critter, okay, raccoons don't howl. It's probably not a raccoon. The critter was the one who had caused all of Arlo's problems. Furious, Arlo tried to climb to it. When exhausted, Arlo finally reached the top. The critter was gone. Wilderness stretched for miles, and Arlo couldn't see Clawtooth Mountain. As he watched the river below, he remembered his father's words, "Find the river, and you can find your way home." Wow, he looks really lost, doesn't he? Slowly, Arlo followed the river. Just as he started to feel hungry, he spied berries. But even by stretching his long neck, he couldn't quite reach. Ah! Arlo tumbled down onto the rocks. As he struggled to stand, he realized that his foot was stuck. When darkness fell, all Arlo could do was curl up and try to sleep. Later, Arlo awoke to find his foot was free. The critter's footprints were everywhere. Could the critter have released him? Soon the rain started again. Arlo made himself a very small, very leaky shelter. Oh yeah, that's pretty bad, buddy. As the rain stopped and Arlo got settled, something moved in the bushes. It was coming right at him. It was the critter, and the critter was really a human boy. The boy brought Arlo a lizard for breakfast, but Arlo only ate plants. A lizard? Ooh. Next, the boy brought Arlo a dead bug. Yuck! Arlo pushed it away. Finally, the boy offered him fresh berries. Arlo gobbled them down and asked for more. Boy, I hope he brushes his teeth after that. Look at those teeth full of berries. The boy led the dinosaur to the berry tree. When Arlo reached for the fruit, a poisonous snake, oh gosh, prepared to attack him. Terrified, Arlo scrambled away, but the boy jumped in front of Arlo, defending the frightened dinosaur. He growled and barked at the snake, driving it away. Arlo couldn't believe it. The boy had just saved his life. Let's turn the page fast. Whew! Just then, a strange, Styracosaurus, oh, look at that, he's so cute, emerged from the woods. He was a pet collector, and he just wanted the boy to be his new pet. The dinosaurs decided that whoever gave the boy a name, he would respond to keep. He would respond to, how does this go? The dinosaurs decided that whoever gave the boy a name, he would respond to, could keep him. That doesn't even make sense. Beast! The Styracosaurus yelled. The boy didn't move. Spot! Yelled Arlo. The boy smiled. The Styracosaurus humped. Clearly, Spot was meant to be with Arlo. After nightfall, Arlo and Spot found a place to camp by the river. "I miss my family," Arlo said. Spot stared at Arlo, and then he leaned back and howled. The boy missed his family too. Arlo let out a howl, sorrowful howl of his own. Together, Arlo and Spot continued walking along the river. Without warning, the sky unleashed a powerful storm. It reminded Arlo of the day he lost Papa. Arlo was so frightened that he ran aimlessly looking for a place to hide. Spot followed close behind. They finally took shelter under the tree roots of an overturned tree. I'm surprised he fit under there. After the storm, there were fallen trees everywhere. "Help!" Arlo called, and a pack of I don't know how to say this dinosaur, I need Mitch, descended from the sky. At first, Arlo thought they were friendly, but the dinosaurs attacked and tried to fly off with Spot. Arlo grabbed Spot and ran as fast as he could. He thought he saw other dinosaurs like himself and yelled for help, but they turned out to be T-Rexes. Arlo and Spot were sure they were doomed. Oh wow, he looks ferocious. Whew, turn the page. To Arlo's surprise, the T-Rexes were friendly. Butch and his two children, Nash and Ramsey, were out searching for their lost herd of longhorns. That gave Arlo an idea. Spot can sniff out anything, he said. He can find your longhorns. In return for their help, the T-Rexes promised to lead Arlo and Spot back to the river. Spot picked up the longhorn set quickly and started barking. When Butch saw the feather Arlo found, he grunted. He knew what that meant. The herd had been stolen. Rustlers, we gotta move. The herd was grazing over the next ridge, but the rustlers were hiding in the tall grass. Butch wanted Arlo to lure them out. What if they have claws and big teeth? Asked Arlo. Don't overthink it, Butch replied. Arlo climbed on the rock, but it was too scared to do anything. Spot helped by biting his leg. Jump! Ah! Arlo screamed. That's a big scream. Those are Tatonkas, which means buffalo. The rustlers, who were actually a group of raptors, charged. The T-Rexes sprang into action, fighting off the raptors while trying to control the herd. Giddy up! Come on now, giddy up! They shouted. Soon the raptors had Butch pinned to the ground. Arlo pushed aside his fear and head-butted the raptors away. When the fighting was all over, the T-Rexes had their herd back. That night, the T-Rexes shared their stories of bravery around a campfire. Arlo sighed. I'm done with being scared. Listen, kid, you can't get rid of fear, Butch said, but you can get through it. Find out what you're made of. The next day, Arlo and Spot helped drive the herd toward a watering hole. Over a hill, there was a welcome sight. Claw-Tooth Mountain! Arlo shouted. You'll be all right, said Butch. You're one tough kid. Arlo smiled. It was time to go home. I think I have 2 pages. Keeping Claw-Tooth Mountain in sight, Arlo and Spot ran through the fields, jumped across the boulders, and climbed to the top of a rocky hill. Spot scrambled onto the dinosaur's head. Arlo stretched his neck, and his head poked above the clouds. Wow, said Arlo. When Arlo and Spot reached the river, they saw what they were near the mountain pass and led home. The two friends howled with joy. Someone howled back. It was a human, just like Spot. Spot stopped and sniffed the air, but Arlo didn't want his friend to leave. We need to get home. Thunder and lightning filled the sky as Arlo and Spot made their way to the pass. Without warning, the dinosaur swooped out of the clouds for another attack. Spot! Screamed Arlo as the dinosaur grabbed his friend and flew away. The dinosaur carried Spot to the river. Fighting back, the boy was able to squirm out of the captor's grip. He scrambled away and hid inside a hollow tree, but the dinosaurs found him. Spot was trapped. Just then, Arlo ran down a steep slope. With his head down, he charged at the closest dinosaur and knocked it into the river. He glared at the others and bared his teeth. Then Arlo snapped a tree in half and swung it into the 3 more dinosaurs. Finally, he let out a terrifying roar, scaring the last attacker away. Wow. All of a sudden, a flash flood churned through the pass. Arlo leaped in front of a huge wave and tried to reach Spot, but the water snapped Spot's tree at the base. It pushed Arlo's friend even further away from him. Arlo was determined to save Spot. He fought the strong current and swam until he and Spot were back together. Unfortunately, they were headed for a waterfall. The friends held each other tight and plummeted over the edge. Arlo and Spot splashed into the deep pool. After a few moments, they burst into the surface and gasped for air. They were okay. Arlo got them to the shore, exhausted but safe. Wow, that was quite an adventure. Oh my. The next morning was sunny and clear as they began the last day of their journey home. The farm was in the distance. Spot howled a happy howl. The howl was returned. The human man had come back, and this time he brought his family. Spot went to them and sniffed. The mother and father smiled and gently tousled his hair. With his muzzle, Arlo drew a circle around Spot and the others. Spot climbed onto Arlo, but the dinosaur set him on the ground. Spot tried to climb back on, but Arlo pushed him away. Arlo knew it was time for Spot to be part of a family again, so the two friends said goodbye. As Spot walked off with his new family, Arlo heard him howl once more, and Arlo howled back. Spot has a new family. Not long after, Arlo finally arrived home. At first, Mama didn't recognize the strong, confident dinosaur standing by the silo, but then, "Arlo!" she cried, and she ran to her son. The family reunited joyfully. Arlo moved toward the silo and dipped his foot into the mud. Then he put his footprint on the stone. Arlo had done something big, and he had earned his mark, just as Papa knew he would. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story. And don't forget to brush your teeth and say your prayers. We love you. Good night.